Welcome, welcome everyone. Nisa Yandra Vinaka, Muchudor Vina. I greet you as life meeting life in a circle of 11. We were 10 a moment ago and we're 11 now. So it sure feels like the rebirth has occurred. Welcome to day 7 of seven days of rest and sacred renewal on fertile ground with our collective of global women who I feel so deeply are growing in numbers as well as potency of our essences as we have offered our gifts into this circle as offerings for your sacred renewal, for our sacred renewal, and the sacred renewal of this beautiful planet that we are so blessed to call home. It is heartening and it is humbling to sit among you and to offer my gifts alongside you and to hear the wisdom pouring in from every single individual that turned up during the past 6 days to offer their gifts into the circle. I'm so in love with life. I'm so in love with this process that we grow into and that we grow through by simply turning up and choosing to be born on this planet. We chose to be here. We chose this because we were ready. And we're doing the work. And it feels good. I've always felt that there is no script, but that's just me and my outlawish ways. I tend to turn away from any dogma and tradition. It's interesting because the women that I flow with all have this tradition on either side that they draw from. But I, my darlings, choose to weave my own way because I've always been that black sheep or white sheep, maybe similar to what Danielea spoke into yesterday. And I think we all kind of feel that at some time or another in our lives. But this coming together in sisterhood, in brotherhood, in the willingness to be a co-creator alongside another, to share your gifts and your vulnerability, you immediately step into family. And Claudia, I just heard you speak very briefly just this morning, a few moments ago, about what day it was. Something about the net. And yes, we are the net, working, supporting, nourishing, sharing, communing, valuing, dreaming. And I think we've covered a lot of ground. It may be time to celebrate. We're doing the work. We're doing the work. We're doing the work. And gosh, it feels good. We are the ones. And I hope you're loving it as much as I am. Because when you're in that love frequency, there's no space for fear to be present. You can feel the fear and do it anyway. Because you know that somebody's got you. There's the network there. Just like that root system underground. You know, somebody falls, everybody sways. Woo! And that's the promise of walking this planet. And sometimes we forget. But we've come together over these past 6 days just to bring that back, to land us back on the ground. So I'd like to just invite you to take one nice, big, deep, cleansing breath. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have a beautiful flow today, and we're going to be led by our wisdom sister, Gail, dancing heron, dances with Death, Thomas. And then we're going to have another wisdom way shower, trailblazer, danielea, as well as all of our other sisters that will share into this space on this day of culmination of our co-creation. So I now have the greatest pleasure, honor, and joy to get with the program and hand over to my sister Gail. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tessa. It's beautiful to be a part of this wonderful community, sharing and growing and being together, supporting each other as sisters, and ritualizing our experiences. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share in the culminating ritual. And I want to share just a few quotes on ritual from a seminar I was in recently. It says, ritual is a return to original experience of humanness. We forget and then remember many things. They are always in the unconscious. Archetypal depths that we come into the world with will connect through ritual. Symbol expresses what cannot be said. Soul capacity puts bodies in an act that engages just below consciousness, but it must be a practice with constant development. Ritual is to engage in moving into things, full body experiences, moving into heightened state changes of consciousness, renews and refreshes everyday living. So that's what we're doing. And as we go into this ritual of dance, I want to acknowledge Sarah Brindle and Noah Proudfoot, who are here with us, who worked on the music. And then Sarah is the one dancing with me in the video to help us all get prepared for today. So, of course, the dance part of 7 Days of Rest was inspired by Elil when we all came together in the middle of the night during the last eclipse so that we could grab that energy and bring it out into the world in the best way that we can. So as we move through this guided dance, you will see the mudras that bring us all together as one. So I'm going to go over those quickly, and then you'll be guided with the music as well. But the first image that we'll dance with is the palms together, the image of the seed, and then the thumbs are tucked in, and we will blow our breath and our life force into the center where the thumbs are pointing, the inner world, and we will weave and wind in the ways of the element of air as smoke. So the first 2 minutes of this music we'll be dancing with this mudra. And then in the music we'll hear a slight shift and we'll move into the element of fire. And our hands will change only at that moment when we hear the fire and feel that energy coming in to our body. We are giving our body to the elements so that they may dance through us. And our fire mudra is thumbs to ring fingers. And this is a universal fire mudra. So we will dance with the leaping of the flames and the swirling of the flames. And we will transition ourselves from the grays of this smoldering volcano of rest through the water. When we dance with the water and allow the water to dance through our bodies, we want our palms to touch the surface of the stillness of the water and bring that stillness into our bodies and let the water that we are mostly comprised of move and dance through our bodies. We dance as water in this transformation. And then we will open our palms to the water, dance like this. And then we have the movement of the swirls and the eddies. And we have a Selagi ancestral symbol that we use, and it turns in both directions, turns over. So this will be our mudra hand movement to ritualize us all as one doing the same thing. When we hear the water, and we will definitely hear setting that rain stick and hear the water. And then, as in every recognition of energy, there is the opposites coming together. Okay, that's going to be fire and water, just like the lava and the ocean created the island that Tessa comes to us from. We're going to dance that clash. We're going to hit those opposites. And Sarah's especially beautiful in the video with her dance of feeling the opposites, allowing them both to come into our body, come through our body as dance and transform us together, as well as all those that we've shared with throughout the week. Many, many more people are part of the energy wave that we're creating and continuing to create as we go forward in whatever way this transformation takes us. So the clash, you're going to hear the cymbals, you're going to feel the tension in the movement in the music, and let that tension come into your body. Let yourself clash, let yourself run, hide, fight or flight, whatever you really feel, let it be expressed through your body. Give your body to those energies. Let them be expressed for all. That's how we reach the collective and how we create change. So once we dance the clash, we will come back into harmony in the music. You'll feel the tension dissolve. and something new created. Okay? And we will hold ourselves in the ways of the healing of the pre-verbal stages that we came in with when we were born. We will hold ourselves and let our bodies move. Let the harmony, the feeling of harmony, and all those four elements that we've invited into our bodies and allowed to express themselves through our bodies, we will allow them to come together in harmony. So we hold ourselves in healing the nonverbals that we came in with, the ancestral and everything that we carried in with. And then we will rock ourselves gently as babies. And this baby that we're birthing through this transformation process. And we will then, when we feel the harmony in our bodies, we will call to Mother Earth to release the archetypal human patterns that we came in with in this wave of original humans. And we will call them into our bodies, and we will recognize our roots of archetypal patterns and the opposites that are within our roots. We have some opposites here today. They're going to clash. They're going to create something new. They're going to create new energy. We're going to allow and work and recognize and hold that in our ego vessel and let it stew within the whole collective reactions to this new year that we're coming upon. We're going to allow that energy into our collective and into our world and let it spread out with this dance. We're going to feel the smoldering volcano as we put that aside and begin our dance with the lava, the smoke that comes from the fire. And we also have the colors of the water. And so here I'll put them across each shoulder, and they will come together in the center as we all remain centered. We're very careful in our dance to let our eyes almost close so that we can be danced by these elements on this middle realm, and we can feel their energies. But at the same time, we want to be safe within the physical boundaries that we are dancing in. And we invite those of you who want to be included in the recording of this dance that we'll share on 7 Days of Rest. If you want your dance to be included, Pamela will spotlight you after I say we have 1 more minute to feel into this dance and to dance with this element. The first minute, she will spotlight Tessa and Sarah and me, because we will be reminding you of the mudras and of the ritualized movement that brings us all together. And then in the second minute, she will spotlight all of you who want to be spotlighted. So we want to catch your face and image in the recording. You know, we want to see you. So if you can remain with your video on, but let Pamela know if you want to be in the dancing part by simply posting one of the reactions, whether it's raising your electronic hand or your electronic heart up in the corner, whatever you can do that will show Pamela that you're willing to be part of the recording. Okay? Is everybody good with that? You want to do that right now real quick, and then we're going to start the music and dance. So put your reaction, whatever reaction you want, up now if you want to be recorded dancing. Okay, you can message Pamela also, she says in the chat. And here's my little reaction. See what it looks like? So if you want to be recorded, just put your heart up in the left corner. And Pamela will have an easy time finding you that way. And if no one else wants to be recorded in the dance, that's okay too. We have Tina and Danielea who'll hold that second minute, and you can join them or make your choice when you feel it in the moment. It's all good. Okay, so I see Tessa getting this big, beautiful space ready. She was planning to dance at the edge of the ocean in the sand, and the cyclone kind of changed those plans. But she's in a beautiful space there to dance. Sarah is also in a beautiful space to dance. And we will guide you and lead you. And if you want to just sit quietly and dance with just your hands, the mudras, that's okay too. Do whatever feels right for you. So Pamela, does anybody have any questions before Pamela starts the music? I just want to thank Noah again for this amazing music that he just composed with very minimal guidance and help. So Noah is our magician behind the curtain who's making these magical sounds, and I'm so happy that he's here with us. Yes, let's take a moment and just honor Noah. And if he wants to share anything about his experience of this, he's welcome to just unmute and do that now before we hear the music or afterwards. We'll have a sharing afterwards where everyone will have an opportunity to express in just a few words their feelings, their, anything they want to express. We'll have an opportunity to do that afterwards as well. So I don't hear Noah coming in. And does everybody feel like they're ready to dance? Yeah? Okay, good. Let's go. Pamela, we'll leave it up to you now. I'm going to mute my mic and just dance. We are grateful to all who join in this guided dance for elemental transformation of these times. We allow the elements of air, fire, water, and earth to dance us. We feel these energies move through our body. It is important to balance our awareness of inner and outer movement in order to be safe within our boundaries. We become one in this ritual by focusing on our hands holding the same mudra poses together as we dance our own way. Air as smoke swirls and sways through our body as we follow the apex of our palms together, holding our thumbs inside this fertile seed image. We focus on the inner potential and softly blow our breath there to kindle this life force into the fire of action from our heart. We have a full minute to dance with the energies of air as we feel them now. Hear the fire initiating us to allow our actions to come from our heart and dance through our body. Our hands open into the mudra of fire by holding the thumb to ring finger and feeling the leaping and swirling of flames, envisioning the lava flowing towards the ocean of the collective unconscious. We have a full minute to experience the fire of our life force moving within us. We hear the water and honor her as the predominant element in our body. Feel the stillness of the surface with our palms open and reach for the depths as she does. Dance the whirlpools and eddies of our experiences. We now have full minute to be with the water in this way and dance with her. The sound of the gong and tension in the music announces the opposites of fire and water as hot lava reaches the edge of the ocean. Our first inclination is to resist, hit the wall, run away, hide, or fight with the rising steam. We may also learn to recognize and hold the tension of opposites with the strength of our fully developed ego vessel. When we are able to do this, there is a true transformation into a newly created harmony. We now have a full minute to feel and dance the reconciliation of these opposites. The earth shows us harmony and balance through her cycles and seasons. Lava and water become stones of obsidian and zeolite, resting peacefully on the earth. We heal by holding ourselves and gently rocking the pre-verbal wounds we came in with. Wounds of ancestral patterns such as genocide, as well as current family conflict and collective oppression. We reach for archetypal human patterns deep within the earth to anchor our own roots and become who we really are deep inside ourselves. Resting at last like the stones who are our eldest ancestors. They have so much to teach us as they have been here on earth from the beginning. We return to the earth in the pose of the child, and we have a full minute to heal and feel. Of the child. We're grateful to all of you who joined us today. This transformation. Oh, thank you all so much. It's beautiful.
We have this entire
Give everybody a moment to catch your breath. Welcome your bodies to Zoom dancing. Yeah, so beautiful to be together in this way. So beautiful to share in these transformational gatherings. Ritualized gatherings. Yeah, we'd love to continue to offer these experiences. So please open your mic and give us a word or two about your experience and anything you want to say, anything you want to share. Show up. Does everybody need a break? Does anybody need a break before we do that? We're good? Good to keep going? Tessa takes her break. That's good, yeah. Okay. So, who wants to go first? Just open your mic and go. Whenever you're ready, just speak freely.
I can go.
Thank you, danielea.
Thank you. Thank you, Gail, for this beautiful journey together and with our body creators and our world creators. What's alive in me right now quite strongly is my inner tree feels very formed. I can feel my roots deep down into Mother, and I feel the top of my branches, the crown of my tree or of my being, comfortable and reaching for the light. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I feel grown again, new. Thank you.
Sweet. Yeah, thank you, danielea. That's a beautiful way to put it. I definitely feel more alive and feel the balance. Yeah. Someone else want to share?
I'll share. That was amazing. Thank you. The two words I'd like to share is a feeling of sense of release and then rejuvenated. It's just, yeah, it was just that, that letting go. And then now it's just, I feel like overwhelmed with energy and rejuvenated. So thank you.
Beautiful, Claudia. Thank you so much. Yeah. Who else will share?
I'll share. Still trying to catch my breath and wipe the sweat. That was lovely, and yeah, it's actually just what I needed today because I have skipped my yoga for the past 7 days. And I feel it returning. I so connect with all the elements, but particularly to be held by the stone today. It's very like a homecoming. I feel like I'm come home in a beautiful way. Very grateful for the dance, to be danced, and then to be held. Thank you so much.
Yes, Manaka. Thank you.
Well, I feel grounded, alive, and peaceful all at the same time. I felt Mother Earth midwife me in a new way, and it felt just glorious. A lightness on my spine, just a feeling that I have home and roots in different places. I mean, I always felt that way, but it's even more so. Since sometimes you visit a place on Earth and you feel connected to it, but I felt it even more like I could tap into it anytime. So thank you.
Beautiful, Tina. Yeah, thank you. We have a few more minutes for sharing. If anybody else would like to speak into this. Yes, Sarah, please.
I really love the how each element has its own experience, like it's so embodied. Like, like especially when you're shifting from the fire, jumping and that essence, and then going into water, like my whole body shifts into this like grounded, centered place. And then the clash, and you're just like, like going all over, and it there's something there for me, and I really appreciate being part of this. Thank you.
Oh, thank you too, Sarah. Thank you so much for bringing your energy into this beautiful opportunity to dance with all of us and the rest of the world. Yeah, thank you.
This is Shalania, and wow, I love dancing. I love to dance, and I used to dance a lot. And then I had a physiological problem with my feet, and I haven't been dancing for a while. And I'm just getting more able to, have my feet grounded. So I wasn't totally on my feet, but yet I felt a lot of freedom, and I felt embodiment, and I felt one with the music. The music was very supportive. I felt it just led the whole movement through. And I loved the, balancing the opposites, bringing the harmony out of conflict. And it just felt so like, oh my God, it just felt so free doing that. And then coming back into that beautiful, loving, self-loving place and earth-loving place. And so I'm very grateful, that to have been here this morning and to have gotten my body to feel more embodied, feel more body in my body. And I thank you. And it was beautiful looking around too. I took a few peeks, at the other people, and it was just beautiful to see us all together dancing in this way. And so I'm very deeply grateful. Nawe, Skano, thank you all for being well.
Thank you, Shalania. Yeah, you summed it up so perfectly. And I just can't help but notice how alive everyone looks and feels and speaks. Yeah, any more sharing before we go back to Tessa?
Just like to thank you. I feel centered and nourished. And I also pick to sometimes how the other dances to get the community feeling, because through Zoom is still kind of different. But I did my best. Thank you so much for the sharing.
Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, we are Zoomies. Zoomie dancing now. Any more words? Anyone else want to share? I just want to thank Noah again. We have this opportunity for that amazing composition that he pulled together from fragments, bits and pieces. So perfect. As always, he is an amazing music magician and is available to help anyone who wants to make some music with them. Okay, so last call for comments, and we will go back to Tessa when she's ready.
I just invite you all to take a moment, get a drink of water, and be back in a couple of minutes for our harvest session. Naka. Right. Welcome back. Wow. Thank you again, Gail, so much for taking us on that journey. And, while I feel that I really am a stickler for being that outside of the crowd, it felt good to be doing the same thing in ritual. And I feel very enriched. Not sure if those two words go together, enrichment and ritual. Maybe not in vocabulary, but it sure seems like it. So our next session, which is part of the whole, is an invitation for each woman who has gifted onto fertile ground to share what is it that's growing or grown from your time of sharing your gifts, your gems, your heart. I invite you to speak into the space and give voice to that growth, to that feeling, to your growing knowing. And we will do this in an order of, if I say order of appearance, that how they say it when they are talking about movie characters. We can make it whatever we want, right? But I will introduce the Wahine Marama, the women, according to their day. So in day one, we had Tina, who did her beautiful rebirthing journey, which was profound and in every way. So welcome to the spotlight, Tina.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to speak from my heart at this point. It was such a gift to be part of the community, even though I couldn't be here for most of the week for other reasons, but I felt the connection of everyone, and there are many different rebirths that we're going through in this time now, and you might feel like you're a new person every single day that you wake up. So I just want to just give ourselves a lot of compassion as we navigate new rhythms in our rebirthing. And sometimes that rebirthing, you're going inward and you really, you know, have to stay inside your cocoon for a while, which I have moments like that. And then I come back out, and to not judge that at all, because everybody's rhythm is different and your inward and outward rhythm flow may be different. So just constantly give yourself time honoring your rhythm, because look at Mother Earth, she has so many rhythms, you know, and they're different, right? And they have different purposes. And so she's here to help you, to remind you, and today's dance helped us to remember that we can honor our own and that we are still part of the whole. So we can retreat, we can emerge, we can even clash, which was such a beautiful image today. And that there's a purpose to all of that. And there's a bigger unfolding that happens. So don't lose heart as when you can't see where you're headed. And I had the, you know, I had my own retreat going on at the same time. And so we created a collage, and I wanted to show you mine. That's some, you know, something that just felt. And the two words that were on some of the artwork that I had shared of other women's was healing earth magic. So I wanted to give you a visual of what I was feeling that was being rebirthed, not only in me, you know. Anyway, and so there was lots of flaps. So we have the heart of the butterfly, you know, different doors to open. This is reminded me of our loved ones in outer space from other realms. And this ended up being this whale tail, which I didn't expect, balancing the elements of the sun and the moon. And I love the trees that were just bending. They were obviously an original painting together, but they're holding more. They're separate, but they're leaning in. So just to allow the nourishment of the earth and those, you know, that there's different kinds of community we can be part of. So thank you. I love that. So thank you for the opportunity to share with y'all and revisit our videos. I hope you will, to support you down the road if you have the need to watch them again. So, thank you, Tessa Teresa.
Thank you so much, Tina, for sharing and to sharing the work that you continue to do outside of what you shared within our circle. So I gifted into day 2, which was nourishing, and yeah, as well as being part of the foundation, laying fertile ground, I allowed myself to grow within this ground, which is, might feel that big emotional wave coming, which has not been part of my pattern. So for the past 30 years or so, I have laid the ground for others, brought people together to network and grow and learn, but I've never really put myself in the center. So I broke through a pattern here, and I'm very grateful that I did that, and found by doing that, by breaking that pattern, first came the awareness of the pattern, and then the breakthrough. I found a network that kind of hasn't been present for me here in this place where I live, and I often question why I'm here. But yeah, you know, tribe isn't necessarily in the physical spaces that we inhabit. And these times have shown me that tribe is also outside of where I am. And tribe is through this everywhere spirit of the internet that Brother Chief Bill Lane so eloquently phrased, you know. Yeah, so I nourished myself. I nourished myself in my giving, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm okay to say, thank me. I'm okay to say that now. I'm feeling, you know, I'm worth that. I don't always have to be mama taking care of everything. I can take care of myself, and I felt the care. I felt the care in our network. I'm so grateful for that. I'm eternally grateful, and I know that that's growing. It's not something that's just was there, and then I can go back to it like one of our standing rocks. I know that it is growing. It's growing in strength, it's growing in heart, like the root system of our standing ones. And yes, danielea, please ring that. I love the sound. Thank you so much. Our third wahine that offered her gifts into the circle, Ilil Lankri, she offered into the cultivating. And Ilil is unable to be with us today because at this moment, she is the center of our mandala as a water woman and is holding space right now as we speak. So we're just sending her our love and our gratitude for the gifts that she offered into the circle, and we all experience the beautiful sacredness of the simple act of planting the seed and powering it with our intention. So big loloma, big gratitude getting sent out to Emil. Our fourth woman that shared her beautiful sparkling essence into our circle brought a beautiful ancient wisdom to the fore, and I welcome her with so much gratitude, heart, and sparkle right back, sister. Come on in, Claudia.
Thank you, thank you. What a beautiful week. It was such a pleasure to be a part of it. It is emotional. It is beautiful. What I'm taking away from the harvest is that emotion, is that ability to be vulnerable and getting good with it. That is part of the passion. That is part of the heart. What I'm taking away is I recognized and I saw how we were all from so many different parts of the world coming together. And that really there are no boundaries except for the ones that we create. And that energy flows. And even through these boxes, you can feel it in the heart. And I believe that what stood out as well is that it's a choice. We are one world. All of us are connected. And it's a choice day to day, moment to moment, how we live and how we commune and how we interact. And it is cycles. Rest, renewal, rest, renewal, rest, renewal. So it was an honor to be here and to listen to all of the wonderful sharings. Again, I see the interconnectedness. I see the divinity in everything, in all of you, in our trees, in our plants, and all of the things that nourish us, and how we choose to see that, and how we choose to let it affect us, and how we affect it, and how we relate with everything, again, is a moment-to-moment choice. So blessed to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So much wisdom here, so much love here, so much emotion here. And again, you know, I just feel that energy of the portal. Landed yet again with you, Claudia. So we open up to the other side and we invite our dream weaver, Gail, to come and presence and bless us again with her magic.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tessa. And you know, the most surprising moment in this sharing was really with my Mayan sister, Claudia, in the indigenous ways. They felt like taking a new wave just for us to be able to come together on Turtle Island and connect the Cherokee ways that are so similar to the Mayan ways, and to share all of our ancestral traditional roots and teachings of those wisdoms here on Turtle Island. I could just feel it, you know, swoop up from the end that she's on to the oldest mountain here on Turtle Island, and it was like they were able to feel this energy too. And I'll tell you guys a little secret: I can see auras on Zoom. If I'm not careful, every time I close my eyes, your aura just jumps right out at me, and I try not to read without permission. But I was so surprised when I first started seeing people on Zoom in their aura fields. So that was a big surprise. And of course, I love being here with sisters. You know, this has been such supportive sisterhood throughout the whole time, and with everyone who's shared, Shalani and Suzanne, all you guys coming in, you know, supportive and beautiful coming together. And I just want to read quickly the one sentences that we dreamed in yesterday and tell you that I looked for the pattern last night, and I saw a big indigenous uprising, and I asked for confirmation before I went into the dream world, and I had a dream for the collective of many, many, many different types of indigenous people in a caravan. We were on level ground. We were moving as one. It didn't matter what your vehicle actually was. There was some with like a camper with 3 stories, and some, you know, with donkeys pulling old trucks and bicycles attached in the back for people to just come and jump on and start pedaling. And the important thing was we were all moving together. So here's the support that came from everyone else on day 5. From Heather, a new wave, emotion-based direct transmissions, the opposite of authority. From Kate, we have a choice to breathe. We don't have to jump straight in. There's an inner knowing that balances harmony. From Mali, we are coming back into the circle, celebrating our brothers and sisters and all our relations. From Suzanne, the future is here. From Stephen, organization of earthly realms yields to wisdom from higher realms. From Shalania, there is an inner knowing that our dreams help us remember that we may walk in balance and beauty. From Kate, the collective is coming more and more into my consciousness. We are together. And from my dream, it was seekers and mystics can stand with authority now to remove hierarchy. Medicine for the children is blue clan, woad, magic. Money is now bigger than Hestia and the hearth where Vestal virgins feed the fire of a life force. So drum and dance from the heart to balance that with nature now. And I'll ask Tessa if she remembers hers, because I didn't get hers in the chat, if she wants to share now into this collective coming together. And thank you all so much for being together.
My sentence from our dream weaving was, we are rising in balance. It's something like remembering where we came from will move us towards our goal more rapidly. Something along those lines. And Danielea, did you have a line from the dream?
No, I didn't.
You're the walking, you dream in the walking time, in the waking world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gail. When we came together, when the vision came about this sharing for 7 days of rest, there was a call for 7 women to come together. And that 7, started out with 2, and then it multiplied, and then more people sort of came into the field, came into the vision, and we ended up with 6. And then we were so blessed to have a woman step in on invitation from Danielea to come and hold tech for a couple of sessions. And she has been in the background. She came in just to do a couple of sessions and has ended up with us all the way. I'm just so heartfully grateful to you, Pamela. And you are our 7th woman. And I hope you feel this energetic hug coming your way. Very incredibly grateful for you. So I would like to invite you now to come and speak into your experience over these past few days with us.
Yeah, it was, I'm glad I said yes to Danielea, because it was fun meeting these women from all different parts of the world. And especially hearing the chickens in the background behind Tessa. I love those sounds. Reminds me where we feel best in nature. So, and it was a real privilege to get to hear all of the different talks that this group of women has given. So I was I'm an ex-techie from way back, so doing the tech stuff and not talking, that's my thing. But I was so happy to hear everything and be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam. And before we go on to our trailblazer, I would like to invite Sarah to speak into the space, because while you're part of the circle, you participated and you allowed yourself to be an example for the collective, with the collective. And I'm very grateful for your time that you put in, and also the energy that you bring. It really feels like you have a beautiful way of balancing the two. And I'm wondering whether it's that sacred union with your very talented partner that has something to do with this. So please share some of your words with us, Sarah dear.
Oh, well, I'm honored to be here, and yeah, I kind of I saw the schedule today, and I was like, oh man, I missed all the fun. But I guess not. I was part of the big celebration, and um I appreciate this. So, and think there's a level of embodiment that is so important right now. And having this song and dance is such a creative and fun, collective way for us to hold these energies. So again, so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Before handing over to Danielea, I want to acknowledge the other three women here, Shalania, Suzanne, and Mali. And this network that we have sort of set the seeds in over 7 days of rest is a growing field. And I just want to extend to you an invitation to connect with us, and let's see how we can continue to grow and share together. And you can do that on the Hearth Facebook page. You can do that, I'm not sure if you can do that also by putting your email in the chat, so that when we come together in another way, that an invitation comes out to you, because I feel you. I feel your presence here so strongly, and I feel your commitment towards your own growing knowing. And you are welcome. You're welcome in this circle for us to grow together in sisterhood, in family way, in a good way. And on that note, I hand us over to one of the most courageous women that I know, who feels like the opposite side of the spectrum from me, but boy, do we dance. And I'm very grateful for you, Danielea. You reflect so much that I need to see about the world and about myself. And I'm very, very grateful for you, for your courage and the way you do things. So Danielea shared into the valuing space and brought her journey. So I very heartfully and in a sisterly, co-trailblazing manner, please come into the spotlight, because you hold it so well.
Thank you, Tessa. Whew. I am feeling my harvest, gathering around me, coalescing into those stones that Gail spoke into so eloquently. I'd like to honor, as Gail did, honor the messages that were received through the dream time of the human beings. I would like to share the messages that those of us who were part of the valuing session, in which we were valuing the wisdom of our nature elders, the messages that we each received. My message, which I will share first, that I received from Mother Ocean, is the stone that I was going to share as part of my harvest. When I received these instructions from my nature elders, my water and tree and mountain relatives, I take them very seriously and figure out how to act on them as a way of valuing them. So I brought in Mother Ocean, and Mother Ocean specifically where I've just moved to, which is Cole Harbor. It's on Quatsino Sound. I'm on Quatsino territory. And when I asked her for a message for me, us, for 2022, she said to me, the pathway of harmony is narrow to begin with, but speak in good faith and it will slowly grow. I'm in a place of contrast where I'm living, and my new role is to bridge between humans and nature. Our beautiful brother Jimmy from Colombia, he brought in the Guatavita Lagoon, and the message he received from the lagoon was, remember, you are magnificent and divine being. Sylvia from Canada, she called in her tall tree, and she heard from tall tree, stand tall and remember your roots. Iris connected with Lake Simcoe, and she received an invitation to be a close friend with me. See me, touch me, feel me, play with me. Chalania, she called in Richello River, and she received the message, feel the power of your love as a river through the cycles and the seasons. We love and support you. Pamela, she invited in Chaudière Falls, also known Akikpotik, the indigenous name. It translates to Pipe Bowl Falls, and she saw an image rising up and opening from the falls. And her interpretation was, we are bringing out medicine from the earth, bringing out medicine from the earth. And Chantel, who called in the gnarly one of the ancient grandmother Douglas fir trees in Avatar Grove, and she received the message, as your roots deepen, you will express more of yourself. And then Kate brought in the Black Hills of South Dakota, and she felt a message come from Wallace Black Elk himself. And she heard the reminder, peace begins inside, and it's about being peace among the people. Suzanne, who is here, she called in Toma Lake in the Swiss Alps, and she heard, stay in love and work with others. And then Heather Phrase, she called in and communicated with the Finger Lakes waterfalls, and she heard this message, lay down your heavy nest. Lay down your heavy nest. Be still and let the waters move. So I thank each of our nature elders who have come to partner with us. in this lifetime and in this time on earth. I want to just take a moment for us to breathe and feel and remember and recall the words of wisdom, both from the dream time and from our nature elders, by way of our connection with them. Just take a moment to breathe and integrate. We come now to the last offering that is part of the 7 days of rest. And as Tessa and I talked about what to have for the final offering, it became clear to us that although this is the closing of the 7 days of rest and sacred renewal, it is really the launch and the beginning of this year of 2022, in which together we feel the confidence, we feel the connection with our nature elders, and we feel the energy rising from the roots to step forward with our gifts, to step forward into action with our heart's truth, and to fulfill the purpose for which we have come. So the offering I have for us today is in the category, I would say, of prayerformance. And this prayerformance, like the dance that we opened with, is interactive. So I'm going to invite each of you, as you can, to please stand up and make a space for yourself to be able to move and to embody even further with words the seeds that we have planted this week. I'm going to invite you, we're going to begin with a smudge, and I use a water smudge here. So as you are ready, I invite you to just stand in whatever is a neutral position for you. But the important piece is that you have your knees unlocked and your feet are shoulder width apart. And this way, the energy of Mother Earth can flow freely up and down through your feet, spine, head, out into Father Sky, and cycle around again. So together and with you, I'm going to offer this smudge. And please receive it energetically as you can. Ooh, I'm smudging my head. May my thoughts be the truth. May my eyes see the truth. May my mouth speak and sing the truth. May my ears hear the truth. May my heart know the truth. And my arms do good work in the world. And my legs walk a sweet grass path, the path of kindness. Ooh. And now I invite you to join me in a prayer. Perhaps a decree might be a better term for this. A decree is when we speak a statement that's spoken with conviction and authority. And so there'll be a place in this prayer invitation to our great world builders for you to repeat with me, we honor you and partner with you for 2022. So again, remembering this beautiful embodiment dance that we did with Gail, and now we anchor this with the power of our word. the Word made flesh. Mother, Father, God, Creator, Great Spirit, we give thanks for this gift of another day of life with our human and nature relatives. We give thanks for the sacred time we have had together and the sacred times that are still to come. We give thanks for the gift of a new year in which to create our new world together. Grandfather's son, we meet your light and your warmth with the flame of infinity in our hearts. And here we say together, we honor you and partner with you for 2022. Mother Earth, we meet your body with the flesh body of ours. Every touch and sacred step we take, we honor you and we partner with you for 2022. Beloved waters of life, we flow with you continuously, sacred water to sacred water, my water body to your water body. We honor you and partner with you for 2022. Brother Wind, you who bring the currents of change, we meet you with every sacred breath we take. We honor you and we partner with you for 2022. Ancient and eternal ether, great mystery, we meet you in our place of deep listening, love, collaboration, and pure potentiality. We honor you, we partner with you for 2022. Great tree relatives of planet Earth, great forests standing and rooted, great forests gone from the surface but living in your roots, and those gone entirely from physical reality but remembered and still standing in your original purity. We honor and partner with you for 2022. Great cosmic water being, those ancient ones in galactic and cosmic space who have been holding presence for us. Thank you for continuing to partner with us and through us for 2022. The song in which we're going to seal our beautiful launch together with our unique frequencies and our group cohesion and deep-rooted connection. This piece is called We Are Begun. I received this musical message during an interbeing council in which I had invited in our nature relatives. And for the very first time, I was present with a human elder of mine in the same field. And I realized that for the first time, the human baby, I consider myself a youngin', and a human elder were in an interbeing council with the ancient ones and the nature elders. And in that moment, I felt and I heard this song burst forth that really acknowledged that we have been here before, and we have been together, and we've come together again. So please, I invite you that as I sing the sacred syllables, Kaye Ma, Ya Mei O, and Pam is going to put those in the chat for you. Ya Mei, Ya Mei O. I invite you. These seem to be activation syllables that open the memory in ourselves of the ancient agreements we made with the ancient ones to be here at this time, to be fully human, and to bring forth our gifts. So feel free to dance, to chant, to empower yourself from this field, to remember yourself as a world builder. We have been here before. We are here again. Ya Mei, Ya Mei O, Ya Mei, Ya Mei we remember. We have always been together. And we are again. Ya Mei, Ya Mei Ya Mei, Ya Mei we are begun. Ya Mei, Ya Mei Ya Mei, Ya Mei Ya Mei we remember our agreements with the ancient ones to be here now, fully human, to be a world builder in love, together with life. Ya Ya Mei O. Ya Mei. Ya Mei O. Ya Mei. Ya Mei O. Ya Mei. Ya Mei O. Ya Mei O. Ya Mei O. Ooh. Cha! Welcome back. Whew. Let's come into our closing Muppet boxes. Wow. If anyone wants to just open their mic and say anything after our last group offering together, please do, and we'll close out.
I would just like to acknowledge the movement and the founders of 7 Days of Rest and Sacred Renewal, Codes for a Healthy Earth, and the World Water Law, Shelley Ostroff and Jan Golding, for their dedication and all of their heart and their passion, their strong spirit that powers the commitment to creating a better world for us all. And in saying that, I feel also that they lay these foundations and they do the groundwork for things that are completely outside of my scope and maybe yours, I don't know. But they do this groundwork with legislations and organizations and that. And to have these platforms for us to work on is there, yes, and we support them. But at the same time, I acknowledge us to continue to do our work in our own ways and to continue to create circles. We enliven the circle, we add to it, we grow, also create other circles and continue that beautiful momentum of the organic world, of organic life. So acknowledging to the founders, as well as acknowledging ourselves and the work that we will continue to do as we step into 2022. Nakabaka level.